What's up guys, Kyle with Cobalt here. Today we are going to answer one of our most frequently asked questions, and that's how do I take care of my MJ pump? These are the MJs. We got an MJ 1200 right here to show you. Works for all the MJs, the 4, the 6, the 9, or the 1200. We're going to take an in-depth look into how to keep it maintained, keep it clean, and make sure it gives you years of reliable service. So something that we get from time to time is people contacting us and saying that their MJ has stopped working. It's not pumping water, it doesn't seem to be doing anything when they plug it in, there's no noise, anything like that. Almost every single time, it's just that the MJ needs clean. So we're going to take you through how to clean and maintain it. This is something you should be doing about every 3 months or so, maybe a little bit more if you have a high calcium level in your tank or anything like that. But usually about once every 3 months, keeps this thing running and going strong. So the first thing you want to do is take the volute off. That's this piece right here in the front. It just twists and then the little holes line up and it pops right off. Inside is the impeller. That should pull right out. The first thing you want to do is check to see if there's any sort of debris in that hole or anything like that. Now to make sure that the motor, which is this part right here, is still working, you plug the pump in, take the impeller and hold it next to it. And if it vibrates like that, then you know the motor itself is working and your cord and everything like that is fine. There's no actual moving parts in here, so it's very, very, very rare that anything inside the actual motor itself will ever go bad. What you're likely going to find is the impeller. Now our impellers are a little bit different. We make everything out of nylon up here, so all of these blades flex. So if you suck up a snail or some sand or a little piece of gravel or something, it's not going to break any of these. But if anything gets in and basically gums up the works inside here where the impeller shaft is, that's where you see the impeller stop spinning. So the easy way to test it is to hold it in 2 fingers like this and try to spin it. As you can see with this guy here, which we're going to clean out for you, it does not want to spin at all. A good impeller should be spinning like crazy, and I can actually show you that here. A good impeller, like this guy here, should spin freely with no problems. With this guy here, you can see it doesn't spin, so we need to move on to step 2 on how to clean this impeller out. So to clean the impeller, we first want to take it apart. On either end, you'll see these little red and black guys here. These are the boots, and they pull right off. Now, it might take a little bit of force, especially if it's wet. You might have to grab a pair of pliers or something like that, but they just pop right off the end. From there, you want to remove the impeller shaft out of the impeller. Now, sometimes if there's a lot of calcium buildup or sand or dirt, this can be a little bit tricky. So you might have to pound it a little bit on a table. We're going to try to break this guy loose here. There we go. And the impeller pulls right out. And as you can see on this guy right here, there's definitely a lot of dirt and buildup on this impeller. Now to keep the MJs so quiet, they do have a very tight tolerance. So a little bit of dirt can get in there, even if it's a relatively new pump. If it pulled up a little bit of sand or dust or anything like that, it can still gum it up inside there. So once you take it apart, we recommend taking all the pieces. You can take the rubber parts too, it's all good, and soaking them in vinegar. We just use a standard white vinegar here. We typically just basically put enough in there to cover all the pieces. And we usually let them soak between 1 hour and 24 hours, depending on how dirty. If it's been a long time, an overnight soak is usually pretty good, but most of them get cleared up within an hour. Once you take them out of the vinegar, you just take something like a toothbrush or even like a damp cloth or anything like that, and just wipe down the parts, and then you reassemble the exact same way. You take the impeller shaft back into the impeller, and then clip the boots back on, and you'll feel them when you push down on them, they kind of click in there, and then once they're in there, you should be able to spin the impeller again. If you still can't spin the impeller, that means there's still buildup in there. You can try running it under hot water or putting it back in the vinegar. We definitely recommend going back into the vinegar a little bit longer if it's not spinning. Otherwise, if you get back to it and it starts spinning, all we have to do is put it back in the pump and she should fire right up. So to reassemble the MJ, we're basically going to do the opposite of what we did before. The first thing to do is always check inside the seat here to make sure there's no debris or anything like that. A little toothbrush works great to get in there, scrub it out. Same with the volute. You want to make sure there's no debris or anything clogging up these parts of the volute here or the output here. But all you're going to do is take your newly cleaned impeller. It goes right back in there. Watch your fingers. The magnet kind of pulls it in there pretty quick. Then you take your volute. You'll see one big notch and one small notch, and you'll see one big tab and one small tab here. All you do is you line up those notches to where they sit over top like that, then give it a little twist, and it's right back together. From there, plug it in, make sure everything's working up, and if it's good to go, then you're ready to go and start it back up in your aquarium. So there you go, guys. That's how you clean and maintain your MJ pump. Remember, that works for 400s, 600s, 900s, or 1200s. No matter what MJ, they all come apart the same way and get cleaned and maintained the same way. If you have an MJ pump that's not working, you've tried the cleaning process, still not working for you, you can give our customer service team a shout out. All you got to do is go onto our website, cobaltaquatics.com. In the bottom right corner, there is a little green button that says support on it. You click that, fill out your information. You'll be linked up with one of our customer service representatives and they can get you taken care of. There is a 3-year warranty on all these pumps, so if something does go wrong, the warranty does have you covered. And make sure you like and subscribe on this channel for more videos like this. We have all sorts of crazy videos here. We've got videos of pouring water on stuff and having fun around the office. We've got informative videos, we've got maintenance videos, a little bit of everything on this channel. Hit that thumbs up, like and subscribe to stay tuned, and we'll see you on the next one.